Hey guys, welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to look at a Leetcode problem, and the problem's name is uncommon words from two sentences. So in this question, we're given two sentences, S1 and S2, and we have to return a list of all the uncommon words. You may return the answer in any order. And by uncommon, it means a word is uncommon if it appears exactly once in one of the sentences and does not appear in the other sentence. And we know what a sentence is, and it's saying that each word is consisting of lowercase letters. So let's take this example and see what it's saying. I've taken the same example as example 1. We're given the two strings S1 and S2. And by uncommon, it means that if it appears exactly once in one of the sentences and does not appear in the other sentence. So let's take the second example. Here in this case, apple and apple are appearing twice in the same sentence. So this is a common string, and the uncommon string is going to be banana. So banana will be the only output. So in the second example, as you can see, you have to check for the counts in the same string. So apple is appearing twice inside the same string. So you have to combine the two strings S1 plus S2 and make it a single sentence so that you can find the uncommon words. So that is what we are doing. So if you combine S1 and S2 in this example, you get the single string S, and that single string you're going to use the split method and split and convert that string S into a words array so that you can access one word at a time. Now we have to find the count of this words array. So let's iterate through the words array from left to right, starting from the 0th index. The first word is this. Check if it is present inside the map. No. So add this and set its frequency from 0 to 1. So now the frequency is 1. The second word is apple. Check if it is present. No, it is not. So add it and set its frequency to 1. Third word is this. Check if it is present. No. Add it and set its frequency to 1. Sweet. Check if it is present. No. Add its frequency to 1. Check if this is present. Yes, it is present. So the frequency is 2 now. Next it is apple, it is present, it is 2 now. Is this present? Add it and its frequency is 2 now. Sour is not present, so add it and set its frequency to 1. Now we have the filled map. Now we have to return the output as a string array, right? But you don't have the size of the string array. So first let's store our output in a list. This will contain strings. Now we iterate through the words array again. Check the first word. The first word is this. Get its count. Check if that word's count is equal to 1. No, it is not. So this is not an uncommon word. Next, the word is apple. Check the frequency of apple. It is equal to 1. No. So it is not an uncommon word. Next is the count is 2. It is not. Next, the word is sweet. Check if the count is 1. Yes, it is equal to 1. So this is a uncommon word. So add this word sweet into the result. So sweet is added into the list. Next, the word is this again. We check. It is not. Apple is appearing twice. It is not. Is this appearing twice? It is not. Sour is appearing once, which is what we are searching for. If that count is equal to 1, yes. So add that word into the list. Now we can't directly return this list as the output because we need a string array. So I'm going to create a string array called result. And it will be of the size of the list. Size of the list is 2. So we have an array of size 2. Now we have to fill in the array. By iterating through the list, we take a variable I, transfer this word from the list into the array. Next iteration, we take sour, transfer this word from the list to the array, and we reach the end of the list, and whatever is present inside this result string array will be the output. So sweet and sour is the output which is expected here. Now let's take a look at the Java program. Coming to the function given to us, this is the function name. We're given the two strings S1 and S2. And we have to return a string array as the output. So let's start by merging these two sentences. And how are you going to merge it? So first this sentence will appear S1 and we have to add a space and then append this sentence. So let's do that. I'm going to name it S, which is made up of S1, and you add a space and then you append the S2. Now we have a single sentence S. Now we have to find the number of words and let's store those words inside an array. I'm going to name it words. And I'm going to split this string S using the split method. And how are we going to split it? We are going to split it wherever there is a space. Now we have to find the frequency of the words present inside this array. For that, I'm going to use a map. So let's iterate through the words. To start from the 0th index all the way until the end of the words array. And now let's create a map. I'm going to name it map. So in this map, the key is going to be the word, which is a string. And the value is going to be an integer, which is an integer variable. So we have the word and the key is going to be the frequency of that word. I'm going to name it map. Now we have to insert elements inside this map using the put method. So the key is going to be a string, which means it is the word we are currently iterating. So words of I is going to be the key, and the value is going to be the frequency of this word. For that, I'm going to use the get or default method to get the current frequency of the current word. So map.get or default, get the current frequency of the word words of I. If there is no frequency, we assign 0 to that, which is the default value. And from the next time, whenever this word appears, we're going to increment it by 1. Now this for loop will happen for all the words present inside this array words, and we have the map ready where the key is going to be the word and the value is going to be the frequency of that word. Now we have to return the output in a string array, but we don't know the size of the array. So I'm going to first store the output in a list. So I'm going to name it list, which will contain string. Now we need to iterate through the words array. So I use a variable index, or you can use I, and I'm going to use a while loop until this index reaches the end of the words array. So until index is less than words.length. Now we are iterating through the words array. Now we have to find the frequency of that word array, which is present inside the value. We have to check if the frequency of the current word. So let's get the frequency of the current word. Map.get of the current word is words of index. If this frequency is equal to 1, it means it is appearing only once. Then we can add the current word inside this list which we created. So list.add of the word which passed this condition, which is words of index. Now for the next iteration, we have to increment index so that we can access the next word inside the words array. And again, after this for loop, we have our answer present inside this list, but we have to return a string array. So let's create our output. I'm going to name it result. And the size of this array is going to be the size of the list. We just have to transfer the list into this array. So we have list.size. Now let's iterate through the list. Using a for loop, we have the 0th index all the way through the end of the list. So list.size. Now inside this result array, we have to store the word which is present at the ith index position. So list.get of I. Now we have our answer present inside this result. After this for loop ends, we have the result. So we can return it as the output. Now let's try to run the code. The test cases are being accepted. Let's submit the code. And the solution is accepted. So the time complexity of this approach is big O of s1.length plus s2.length, because we are iterating through the combined string of s1 and s2 sentences. And the space complexity is also same because we're using a map of the same length of this combined string is. That's it guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.